Hey everyone, this is Bob from EpicAperture.com and this is the IREGRO Butane Torch head review video. Alright, first of all, I'd like to point out two things. This torch head is just a torch head and it doesn't come with a butane canister. And secondly, the butane canister you need to buy is not the regular one some of you might have seen with the tube on top of it, maybe a red color tube. That's the refiller canister, but this is the type you should be buying, the one with the flange or a lip on top of it. This is how it looks like. So this torch head could be divided into these parts. The first one would be the spout, and the tip of it is where the trigger spark happens, and the inner lining of this spout is ceramic so that it can withstand the high temperatures, and this gets to almost 1300 degrees Celsius, which is almost like over 2300 degree Fahrenheit, I guess. So it is super hot when it is on. And next is the flame controller ring. I see this as kind of like a focus ring on a lens because it kind of focuses or points the flame to a point where you want it really hot. If you put your hand or something, make sure you don't do that. Or you can turn it the other way and the flame kind of blows really soft and it is not sharp or pointed at all when you do that. So that's that. And then there is the trigger, the flame trigger controller, I want to say. And then there is the gas flow controller. So this is the one you would turn on and off. Like if once it is connected, once the canister is connected, you can turn it to left side or counterclockwise, and the butane gas from the canister would start flowing through the torch head, and you keep moving towards the left side or counterclockwise, and the flow would be the butane flow would be intense. And then there is a connector itself. All right, now I'll show you how to connect the canister, but before, I just wanted to remind you again, the type of canister you would need to buy is the one with this lip thing or the flange on top of it. Do not buy those refillable canisters because it won't work for this connector here. So to connect the butane canister, all you have to do is to line up this bump here, like there's a ring, it's not rubber, it's a plastic ring, and there's a bump on it, or kind of like a tab thing. I hope you can see that. So you have to line this up to the gap here on the flange. So all you do is line that up over there and turn it a little bit, and that's it. I'll show that once again just to be clear. So just line that up like that and turn. That's all. And before I turn it on, I have to remind you again, you need, or I think they suggest 2 minutes of warm-up time for this to work properly. At first I thought, well, it's just a flamethrower or just a butane torch. Why would it need a warm-up time? Because from my experience, what I've seen is unless you give it enough time to warm up, what happens is if you tilt to the wrong side or a wrong angle, the flame would go haywire. Like it would, if you have pointed it to a certain limit, it will throw it off and the butane torch head would go out of control. So that's what I've noticed. So better to be on the safe side. You turn it on, keep it on like that for maybe on low for about 2 minutes, and then you can like use it upside down or any angle that like this say on their website on the Amazon description page. So now I'll go ahead and turn it on. Again, to turn it on, like I said, turn this knob counterclockwise a little bit. You can see the hissing. So that's the butane gas flowing. So make sure you're away from it, and make sure you're not, and also make sure you're not pointing this to anything that could get on fire. Or like if you have kids, make sure this is clear. You're turning this on, like make sure everything is clear. That's what basically I mean. Like make sure this is not pointing to anything flammable, no papers, no plastics, nothing. They make sure it is clear environment, and then turn it on because this is super hot once it's pointed. All right, so turn it counterclockwise and pull the trigger, and there you go. I hope you can see that it's like very blue in color. So now it is like pointed really sharp, I really hope you can see that. I'll probably make my t-shirt the background. So it's really pointed, and once you turn this, as you can see, it is like a big flame. It's like just goes everywhere. Not everywhere, but it's still pointed, but it's like a soft, bigger diameter flame. It's not pointed anymore. And again, to make it pointed, all you have to do is turn it again to the other side. And it's really pointed. And then you can also control it with this knob. Turn it on all the way. It reaches all the way up here now. But the intensity, the higher intensity would be still here. And then turn it down and make it pointy. And see how pointed it is at the end. And you can use it for whatever use you want it for. Now I mainly use it in our kitchen to like glaze or caramelize our crème brûlées, and that's basically the only use I have right now for this. So for storage, you make sure you keep it in a cool, dark place. Doesn't have to be dark or anything, but make sure it is cool or away from stoves and stuff like that, because this canister is under pressure and it is flammable. So common sense. And you can use this for camping, outdoor trips and stuff like that. This connector here works with almost all standardized camping stoves, so that's another benefit if you buy this. Well, you'll have to buy this canister, so that's another thing. And also that means this torch head would also work with those stove heads. Like if you have a bigger canister, not stove heads, sorry, but the bigger canisters, if you have bigger butane tanks, if they have the same connectors, this would work with that as well. So this is kind of like a handy tool to bring along for campings and stuff like that. So all in all, it is a really nice thing to have in your kitchen if you're into cooking, and this could also be used for welding and joining like little jewelry and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, as long as you have this, you can use it for multiple purposes. So that is pretty much it for this review for the IREGRO Butane Torch. I hope that you like this. If you're in the market for one of these, I would appreciate if you use my link. It's an affiliate link in the description below, and use that. And let me know what you think of it. And if you end up buying, let me know how it worked out for you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.